You think most conversations are harmless? Just words, just small talk, just people talking? But what if I told you that many everyday conversations are quietly shaping your behavior, your confidence, your decisions, without you even noticing? Not with magic, not with force, but with psychology. And the unsettling part is, most of the time, it doesn't look evil. It looks normal, friendly, casual, even loving. That's how it works. Dark psychology isn't always loud or obvious. It doesn't always come with villains and dramatic music. Most of the time, it hides inside jokes, compliments, advice, concern, and just being honest. It hides in tone, timing, and the things people don't say. You've felt it before. That moment when someone says something small, but it sticks with you all day. That comment that makes you doubt yourself. That joke that didn't feel like a joke. That compliment that somehow made you feel smaller. That wasn't random. One of the most common tricks is subtle invalidation. It sounds like concern, but it quietly erases your feelings. Someone says, "You're overthinking," "You're too sensitive," or "It's not that deep." And suddenly, instead of talking about what hurt you, you're defending your right to feel hurt. Your brain starts questioning itself. Maybe I am dramatic. Maybe I am too much. Maybe I shouldn't feel this way. And just like that, your emotional reality gets rewritten. Another trick is false familiarity. Some people mirror your energy, your words, your interests, your values, not because they truly share them, but because your brain is wired to trust what feels similar. Familiarity creates comfort. Comfort creates trust. Trust creates influence. You start opening up, and now they have access. Not everyone who does this is evil. Some people learned it as a survival strategy. But that doesn't make it harmless. Then there's the compliment with a hook. It sounds positive, but there's a sting inside it. You're smart for someone who doesn't usually think this way. You look good today. You usually don't. I didn't expect that from you. Your brain hears praise, but it also hears a message. You're usually not enough. And that message lingers. People also use confusion as control. They change their tone, their words, their behavior just enough to make you question yourself. They say things like, "I never said that. You misunderstood. That's not what I meant." Even when you know exactly what you heard, your brain hates uncertainty, so it starts rewriting memories to find peace. That's how people lose trust in their own perception. And once you don't trust yourself, you become easy to guide. Another one is emotional guilt framing. Instead of asking for something directly, they make you feel bad for not offering it. "I guess I'll do it myself like always. It's fine. I'm used to being the one who cares more. Don't worry about me." It sounds passive, but it's not. It's pressure. Your brain wants to relieve guilt, so you comply. Not because you want to, but because you don't want to feel like a bad person. That's how control becomes invisible. Then there's selective honesty. People tell the truth, but only the parts that benefit them. They leave out context. They twist timing. They present things in a way that leads you to the conclusion they want, while technically not lying. And because your brain assumes honesty when someone seems open, you don't question it. You absorb it. You adapt to it. And your decisions shift. People also use vulnerability as a weapon. They overshare early. They cry. They talk about their pain. They make you feel special for being trusted. Your brain associates emotional closeness with safety, so you lower your guard. But sometimes, it's not connection. It's access. And access is power. One of the most dangerous tricks is planted doubt. It doesn't come as an insult. It comes as a suggestion. "Are you sure that's what you want?" "I just worry you're not ready." I don't think people like us usually succeed at that. Your brain hears caution, but it also hears limitation. And slowly, your world becomes smaller. You start editing your dreams. Then there's silence manipulation. Someone withdraws affection, warmth, or communication, not to rest, but to punish. Your brain hates emotional uncertainty, so you start chasing clarity, apologizing, over-explaining, changing yourself, not because you were wrong, but because silence hurts. And whoever controls your emotional relief controls you. The scariest part of dark psychology is that it doesn't need cruelty. It just needs subtlety. Your brain is designed to seek safety, belonging, and certainty. Anyone who understands that can influence you without raising their voice. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. Not everyone who uses these tactics is evil. Some learned them to survive. Some learned them to avoid abandonment. Some learned them because it worked. But that doesn't make the effects on you any less real. You've probably blamed yourself for feeling confused, for doubting your worth, for overthinking conversations, for replaying words in your head. But maybe you weren't weak. Maybe you were being influenced. Awareness is not about becoming paranoid. It's about becoming conscious. When you start noticing how words shape you, you stop absorbing everything blindly. You start choosing what you believe, what you accept, what you carry. You stop asking, "Why am I like this?" and start asking, "What have I been taught?" Because control only works when it's invisible. Once you see it, it loses power. So the next time a conversation makes you feel smaller, confused, or less than, pause. Not everything that sounds harmless is harmless, and not everything that feels familiar is safe. You're not here to be shaped by every voice. You're here to choose your own. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch our previous video.